Hey guys, what I'm doing tonight is cleaning my GloFish tank. I had GloFish to pass away, and it kind of worried me that there might have been ammonia in the tank, because for this little I think it's a 6-gallon tank, I had 4 fish in all. So I don't know. I mean, they're just small little GloFish, except for one. I started out with 4 GloFish, and not long after getting the GloFish, which was like $7 or $8 a piece, one passed away. But the 3 that I had, the 3 other GloFish, they did really good. I've had them for about 3 years now. I think this coming January would have been 3 years. But my purple one, the most dominant one in the tank, he passed away yesterday. So the tank looked fine. I did some partial water changes, so because the tank was still clean. I would keep the gravel clean, and all that. Just, what algae or whatever this is, algae, I think what you see on this little rock here, that's all the algae that I had in the whole tank. So I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know if the fish had just gotten hurt, if they had been fighting with the little tiger fish that was in there. It looked just like a GloFish, like the other GloFish, but it had tiger stripes, so I don't see why they wouldn't get along together. And they had done good for several months. The other fish that I added to the tank belonged to my daughter, and she had it for a long time in a guppy tank, and it was the lone survivor, the one that was left in the tank. So I took it to put with some friends, and they all seemed to be doing good. But the purple fish just started acting crazy, swimming sideways, upside down, like it was gasping, to try to get oxygen in it. I don't know what went wrong. So the first thing I did is I automatically thought that ammonia was in the tank, and I separated the 3 other fish from the purple GloFish that was sick, and he seemed to be doing okay. I put him overnight in a little bucket like this in fresh water, and the other GloFish is in a little tank that I would use for my beta, and I would change his tank, and I use it for my puffer fish as well. So they have been in there for a little bit, and they're doing fine. But when I woke up this morning, my purple fish had passed away, and I don't know what I did wrong. I had done really well with this tank, and like I said, I hope it was just because he was old, and I don't, I just hope it wasn't ammonia in the tank, and I hope the other fish doesn't have any damage if it was ammonia. Over the years of having fish tanks, I am 40 years old, and I have always had a fish tank, some kind of critter in my life, and I have always had pretty good luck with fish tanks, except for my first puffer fish that I had gotten. I had gotten a green spotted puffer, and with those puffers, they're a little bit bigger than a dwarf puffer. I can call puffer. I said fluffer. Anyways, they have to be in brackish water, and brackish water is half salt water, half fresh water. And I tried my best to do good for this little puffer fish, the first one I got, and it just did not work out, and I felt terrible because this little sweetie, he lived a month, and when I started transforming his tank from fresh water to brackish water, I obviously didn't do it right, and I didn't do my homework like I should have before I bought the little fish. So before I got my little puffer fish that I have now, I did a lot of research, and I still do research, so I can hopefully keep him healthy and happy. And the GloFish that I have left, I hope to do good for them, and hope they live a longer life as well. They're already, the 2 GloFish that's left, they're already, like I said, almost 3 years old, and the one my daughter added to the tank, it's around a year old. So let's just hope that they'll live a few more years, if not longer. So I am going to set up my little tripod and just kind of show you my cleaning process. I'm not going to do much talking, if any talking at all, but you know, it's just going to be a boring video of me cleaning my GloFish tank. So thanks for watching, guys, and once I get the tank set up, I'll talk a little bit about it and show you my GloFish in their clean tank. Good morning. Well, so far everybody in the tank looks happy and healthy, I hope. They just got finished eating their breakfast, and what I do when I feed them their breakfast, or just feed them some fish food, sometimes I'll give them a treat, some brine shrimp or some frozen bloodworms. In the middle of the day or at night before bed, I turn the whole tank off completely. I have everything hooked up to a power surger right here beside the chest that it's on. I just flip the switch for it all, and that way the bubbles is not blowing the food everywhere and the filter is not sucking up their food, so they can all eat. And everybody seems to be okay since the purple fish passed away. This little pink fishy right here followed the purple fish everywhere, and it says when you do have these GloFish that it's best to at least have 2 of its kind. So I had the pink and the purple, and then the little orange one right here. Actually he is sitting still, which is not common for him, but I had 2 of him. I had a green one, and then I had the yellow or orange, whatever it is. It's usually swimming around constantly, but I think they all kind of know that their buddy is gone. They like to follow each other, especially their own kind. The little tiger looking fish, it's over in the corner somewhere. There he is. I don't know, I hope they're okay. I hope there wasn't ammonia in my tank, and that's why the purple one died, because it was old, which I got them all the same time. The little pink one and the little purple one, both, they were tiny. They were a pretty, about the size of maybe a quarter when I got them, if that big. And they're pretty good size now. And I've had them almost 3 years, so I don't know how long they're supposed to live. So I'm hoping he just died of old age, and I hope this one doesn't grieve itself, because if it keeps acting kind of lonely, I'm gonna have to get another one. I figured it would follow this one. This little one followed both the purple and the pink one, because they look almost alike, really. So I guess they are kind of staying together, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I think they're just sad that their buddy's gone. But a lot of times, and I have a really funny video of the pink fish at night, especially when I have the moonlight effect light on, which the glow light, it will go to the corner of this tank and it'll look at its reflection, and it kind of reminds you of the fish from Finding Nemo, Flo and Deb, and it's absolutely hilarious. Well, to me it is. I get a kick out of the smallest things, and I mean, somebody may think it's stupid, but I get a good laugh out of simple things. But okay guys, pretty much all I do when I clean my fish tank is I take the gravel and I put it in a little bucket. I just use those old ice cream buckets that you get. I wash them out and save them for using to clean my fish tanks. That way I'm not using my bowls that I cook with and mix with. And I take the gravel and I put it in the bowl itself, and I rinse it really good, and then I'll add a little bit of Clorox to it, just a capful, and I'll keep rinsing. Well, actually I'll let it sit for a little bit to kind of soak and get all that grime off the rocks and algae and fish poo and food that falls down in there. And I don't have any luck with algae eaters or the bottom feeders. They either end up somehow jumping out of the tank and committing suicide, or they just don't live long. So same with the snail. I don't have any luck with the snail. They don't last long. I even feed my snails bloodworms, so I know they're eating more than just algae. But anyways, the fish gravel, I add a cap full of Clorox, let it soak, then I just keep rinsing and rinsing and rinsing until all the yuckiness is out of it, and you know, make sure there's no more Clorox smell to it. And the same for my tank. I fill it up about halfway, add a cap full of Clorox, wash it real good, rinse it real good, and the same for the plants and the little rock statue thing that's in here. I just rinse everything really good that I use Clorox in. My filter, this filter that's in the tank, it's, you know, not very old. So I just, you know, if it looks good and it still looks new, I rinse it out real good. And the inside of the filter I rinse real good, and it seems to work for me. But here is everybody this morning, and they seem to be doing good. I'm glad that little Pinky is following Tiger. I don't know their names. I don't know if Megan had, my daughter had the other fish named. I'll have to ask her, but I'm glad that it's following somebody, because it was used to following the purple fish. And the same with this little buddy. For years, I guess after he lost his little buddy, I feel bad for not buying him another friend, because he was constantly all over this tank, like never stops, and like he was looking for his friend. So, and I kind of think that they know that their buddy's gone, because he was actually a little bit bigger, and he was more dominant when I would put food in there, or if I would give them bloodworms, and I feed them bloodworms with a tweezer, so, you know, I know each fish will get, you know, it's the same amount, and they would always let the purple fish eat, and he was always the leader of the pink one, and actually the little tiger fish, they would, you know, follow him. He was always the leader when they would go back and forth in the tank. So I don't know, we're just sad that he's gone. I love all my pets, including my fish. So I know some people think, oh, it's just a fish, flush it. We don't flush our fish here. We do bury them. And I have a pet cemetery behind my house up on the hill that had fish, hamsters, parakeets, cockatiels, hunting dogs, dogs that I've had throughout my life, from living here, because I live you know, near my parents, actually in the home that I grew up in from the time I was in 6th grade. So we're living here right now until we have our home remodeled, that we're gonna move in someday. But for now, I have a little portrait studio set up in the living room. It was just wasted space, so I was making some good use for it. So, but anyways, there's a big pet cemetery up on the hill, and that's where our pets will be buried. That way, if we want to go take them some flowers, we can. But alright guys, thanks for watching. If you watch, then I'm not much of giving a lot of information on fish. I'm no fish professional, but you know, maybe my cleaning, the ways that I clean, can help somebody else with cleaning their tank real good. Because I know sometimes that algae is hard to get off with just water, and actually it's a lot of scrubbing, especially if you have it on your plants. It's hard to get algae off with just hot water. But a little bit of Clorox will take it right off within a few minutes, and just rinse it real good. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye.